Hello guys, what is going on? My name is Shifty and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about this little game called Overwatch, made by Blizzard. And for right now it's an open beta, and I believe that today is the last day for this open beta, so I apologize if you're brand new to this whole game. I'm sure you're not, I'm sure you've heard of it. But it's basically a class-based shooter that's similar sort of in a style to TF2 and a little bit like Dirty Bomb, another class-based shooter which is I believe still in beta. They're both really fun, by the way. You should go check them out. I'm sure you've all heard of TF2, but maybe not Dirty Bomb, so if you have the time, go and check that game out too. But this is Overwatch, and it's sort of like a it kind of plays out almost like a tower defense, at least in this mode. Because there's one team, the attacking team, that is trying to take this nuke all the way to the other objective, which is at the end of the map. We are playing on the defense here, so we're trying not to let them get the nuke to our base. It does play out a lot like sort of a tower defense game in the end. Everyone's setting up sentry guns, everyone's trying to get everything situated so that they won't be able to move anything or take our objectives rather. In this one, I believe I was wrong about the mode, but there is a mode where you have to escort a truck through this whole map. I'm not sure if it's this map or if it's just specified maps, because I kind of jumped on this game's bandwagon a little bit late, and I apologize for it, because this game is actually really fun. The real question is, though, is it really, I believe, worth a full price game for it? And, at this point, maybe. I could definitely see where the appeal could be. It's definitely a fun game, but it just kind of screams free-to-play to me. So I don't think that I'm going to get this, at least right away, unless I really feel like I really want this game. Just because it does really kind of just feel free-to-play-ish. I'm not sure. Maybe if they add something in that's a little bit different to the game that doesn't make it feel like a free-to-play game, that would be all good. But for right now, that's just what it feels like. It just feels like Dirty Bomb. It feels like TF2. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, or that wouldn't be a bad thing if it was free. But it's not. It's, I believe, $60, so the price of a full game. But all in all aside, this game is super, super, super fun, and there's, I believe, about 19 different classes that you can choose from. Stuff like the sniper here, which is named the Widowmaker. You have a scout type of class. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But she's really cool. She could dash around the map, kind of like teleporting. It's funny because I made this joke yesterday. The teleporting mechanism in this game is actually called Blink, and it's exactly like Dishonored. I made that joke the other day. There's a class named Reaper that can basically go invulnerable and mess up your entire day. It's not that fun. Some of these are a little bit imbalanced, of course, but what are you gonna expect? Then you have tanks. Your tanks are your big mechs, like you just saw me get killed by. Those guys suck. They take a lot of hits to go down. They're very slow moving, but they have a giant shield which can block off an entire doorway. Like this entire doorway here gets blocked off by the shield just because of how wide it is. And it's in beta, so I'm not going to give it any real, like, sorts of shame for that, because they obviously have time to change it. But just speculating, they should try and make that shield, if not a little bit weaker, then a little bit smaller. I always find that death funny. Again, getting killed by the tanks. He just pummels me into a light post. That was so funny. But you'll see here I'm playing as the Widowmaker class. The Widowmaker class. And this is probably my personal favorite class because I do enjoy sniping a lot. Just in any game I play, I love to use the sniper rifles. And in here it's no exception. Her special ability is a grappling hook. And she can throw these little venom mines that kill off people. It's actually quite effective. And her very special ability, if you push Q, every single character has their own special ability. Mine is this sort of, I could see through the walls and I could see where people are coming from.
Sniper, leave this to me. No one can hide from my sight.
And it all works super well. It all fits the classes. It all helps you as well as helps your team. Like for me, for this Widowmaker, when I equip these this infrared visor thing, my whole team can also see through the walls. So it makes it a little bit more effective. Some of it maybe you could debate it's kind of overpowered, sure. But it all works well, and it's nothing that can't be fixed with a little bit of balancing. There is one gripe that I have with this game, and that is that there is no kill feed, and that would be fine if it wasn't... If you didn't get so many kills, I'd understand there not being a kill feed. But it's just... You'll just be playing the game, and then all of a sudden it'll pop up 5 kill streak, and you wouldn't even remember getting the kills. That's the kind of thing that makes this game just kind of... just confusing. Like right there, I'm on a 5-player kill streak. I don't even remember killing 5 people at this point, whether I'm playing or just re-watching this in the Vegas preview. But as you can see, the game looks super, super, super nice. And it all runs really, really well optimized. Obviously, with this being a Blizzard game, it is very well optimized. You could play this on pretty much anything. You could play this on even non-gaming PCs most of the time, as long as they're a little bit powerful. You know, I'm saying at least 4 gigs of RAM, some sort of decent processor, anything above, I say, 2.5 gigahertz should run this game no problem on medium to high settings. But people with gaming rigs, regardless of the gaming ring, will have no problem playing this game whatsoever. It runs super smooth, and the art style is really unique, but at the same time feels really familiar, which is a good thing. I can't really pinpoint where I get this feel from. It's kind of like a mix between like a Borderlands, Dirty Bomb, TF2 style thing. You're gonna hear me reference Dirty Bomb and TF2 a lot in this video, but that's kind of the games that I can really put this the most with. But the art style in this game is really nice. It's a very, very vibrant game. Oh, look at me just getting wrecked by this dude. Just completely vibrant, and just everything just looks super nice in this game. I can't really find any true faults in the visuals. Maybe soften up some of the edges and make the anti-aliasing a little bit better. Because I have this game completely maxed out, and whether or not you can see it, there are a couple jagged edges and such, and it really just kind of makes the game look a little bit sloppy. That's not to say that it doesn't still look good with these jagged edges. I just feel like it would have obviously a much smoother feel if it wasn't so jagged. And if you look at every single time I get a kill, you'll see a number as well as like some sort of like little PNG of a flame pop up. And I'm not necessarily sure exactly what the flame does, but as you can see, there's a portrait of my character in the bottom left-hand corner, and it fills up with this little sort of flame thing as the game goes on, depending on... Oh, watch this. Wait a minute. Is this it? No, never mind. That's not it. Sorry. It fills up depending on how many kills you get and how well you're doing and how much you're doing for your team. I'm not sure if it maybe gives you more damage or something, or if it's just sort of just some random way of showing that you're on a kill streak, but it does work well, I guess. It doesn't really take away from the game. It doesn't give anything to the game for me, but I could be wrong because I've jumped on, like I said, I jumped on this game's bandwagon a little too late. I was looking for that. I managed to grapple up top and then dodge this dude's rush me, or he like kamikazes me, and I like grapple up onto the ledge. Unfortunately, I kill myself, but he still jumps off the ledge. That actually happens again shortly. I'm not exactly sure where though. If you were ever figuring out how to play this game, maybe they'll extend the beta. Just in case they do, this game is not on Steam, Origin, or Uplay. It is on its own sort of server called Battle.net. It's where people... It's Blizzard Steam. Just like how EA has Origin and Ubisoft has Uplay, I think it is. This is Battle.net, and it works well. It works fine. It actually, it's not CPU intensive at all. Loads up super quick.
No one can hide from my sight.
It's much less of an actual, like, it's much more of just a UI as much as it is just an app. So it's just kind of like a place to, you know, accumulate all your shortcuts. And that all works well. Loading up into this game is fine. You don't really need much to play it. You can play this basically from a cold start and it'll run fine. And everything just looks super, super, super smooth. Everything runs smooth. Everything runs fine. You can see me dying a lot, but that's just because I'm kind of new to the game. But yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting game. I just don't know if it's worth 60 bucks at this point. I'd have to play it a little bit more. It is a lot of fun, I'll give it that, but it still just feels like a free-to-play game to me. It doesn't feel like anything truly amazing, but it is a lot of fun. If you have the money, maybe check it out if it's something that you'd like, but I'd recommend playing this at a friend's house or watching a lot of YouTube videos. See, it happens again. He fell off. I actually got a double kill for that. But I'd recommend, yeah, just looking at videos on YouTube, watching it, and seeing if this is something you'd really want to pick up. Because it is 60 bucks, and I'm not really sure if it's worthy of a $60 price tag. But thank you guys for watching so much. Comment, like, subscribe, obviously. And yeah, so peace out. I don't really have anything else to say.